Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is another one of those obscure comics which have major first appearances in them. So, again, we're going to play the guessing game where you got to guess which character appeared in this comic, and leave your guess in the comments below, and hopefully you're right. This one is kind of a little bit easier, I think, than some of the other obscure comics that I've done because it is one I've talked about in the past. If you watched my other videos, I have mentioned this character, and that actually it was on my top 10 list of comics to get this year. So, with all that being said, I'll show you the comic. It is this one, Captain Britain, number 8. Okay, so this is a British comic. It's actually a comic magazine. It's kind of in between. It's a very large comic. It does even fit into a magazine size holder. So very big. Um, and it's very thin. It's like paper thin. It's like paper thin. But it's very small. It's very thin comic. And it is kind of a cool first appearance. Now, this is the first appearance of the character, not the character for what we know. Um, a lot of these characters, they first appear as a regular person, and then they later get their superpowers or realize that they have superpowers, and that's the case with this character. So this was the character's first appearance, and yeah, it is a major key. This comic is very hard to find, and it's usually when you do find it, it's in usually low grade because it is like so fragile the way that they made this comic. This is a 7.5, just to give you a sense. So it's a fairly high grade. So yeah, this is a first major appearance. I can tell you that the character was featured in the movie Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. So that's big hint. It's a character that I really like. It's a girl, and she's very sexy. So I like sexy girl characters. So this is her first appearance. So with all that said, make your guess below, and I will reveal who made their first appearance in this comic. So now that I've given you some time, I'm going to tell you who this first appearance is. It is Betsy uh, Braddock, or Braddock, I don't know, Braddock maybe. So yeah, so Betsy Braddock is more commonly known by a very different name. She's known as Psylocke. She's sort of like a mutant that can basically create these kind of like like energy beam or some kind of energy force where she can make like a sort of like a blade within her hand, and it's kind of cool. Um, she's also known uh, for the X-Men movie. She was featured in that, and she's known to be very sexy. She didn't make her first American appearance and first appearance as Psylocke until this comic right here. I'll show you a different comic. This is her. Oh my God, actually, this is it looks terrible. One sec, because it's in the bag. I'll remove it from the bag. This is her first comic appearance as Psylocke. Is in New Mutants Annual #2, and it's not a super pricey comic. Her first appearance is a very pricey comic. That would be about $400 or $500. This is less expensive. Um, so yeah, so you could probably get this for about $100, maybe in a better grade even. So yeah, so this is her first comic appearance in as Psylocke. Um, Now, if I can show you some images of Psylocke. She's a pretty cool character, so I'm going to show you quickly some images of Psylocke. So you can see this is what she looks like in her comic form. As I said, she can create these kind of like uh, swords that she fights with out of her hands. This is what she looked like in the movie. She has sort of like the pulse coming out of her hand. This is a better image of her. So this is what this character was like in the movie. She has kind of this purple tinge hair and she wears like a purplish costume. It's a very cool character. Um, Again, as I mentioned in many of my videos, I was a big collector in the 90s when sort of bad girls were the hot comics. So that influenced my comic buying in the future. So yeah, so a lot of these characters that I collect are, these sort of sexy women characters. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're looking for her first appearance, I picked it up on MyComicShop.com, and they are probably one of the best sites to find not just filler issues, but also key issues. So that's where I picked up my copy, and their pricing is reasonable for the most part. And sometimes you actually get discounts. I always recommend use my affiliate link, and you'll get a bit of a discount, I believe. Um, and yeah, enjoy enjoy this video, and please leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.